What's up, Power Athlete Nation? Time for cool down routine number 2. All right, so we're starting back again in our butterfly position. And we're gonna go into what we call a Z stretch. Those of you familiar with our primal movements, Z is where we step up, so we're gonna ask you to tilt in your hips. All right, so I'm gonna start with my left leg, kicking that straight out, and then sweeping that leg behind me. I go from dorsiflexion into plantar flexion, resting on my shoelaces on that back side. Now, the same foot that's back, I'm going to internally rotate, so left thumb down. I'm going to reach through my back pocket, grab that left shin. I want to make sure my right foot is planted right on my left quad. I'm going to try to tighten my left butt cheek, roll these hips on one another, and I'm going to twist towards the right, keeping a tall, pretty posture. I'm waiting for my catch, so I'm getting as far as I can in this twist. Once I hit my catch, I'm going to try to work my way towards my elbow, breathing throughout this. Notice I didn't just fall into position, I gradually got into this position. If this is as far as you can get as a coach or an athlete, guys, this is great. But eventually you want to work towards this elbow down on the ground. That'll prove to you your increase in flexibility. So I'm kicking, I'm being aggressive, trying to fight and stack these hips, tight left butt cheek, breathing in the Z stretch. 30, 45 seconds, be aggressive. All right, from here, once we're at 35, I'm gonna extend that elbow, release my grip. I'm gonna keep the Z position for my hips. We're gonna go into what we call a hurdler stretch. So my front leg, I'm gonna kick that straight out, locking my quad, getting as straight a knee as possible. Dorsiflexion, not lifting with my toe, but lifting with the top of my foot and bringing it towards my knee. Now my balance becomes my right hand. I'm going to free up my left hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to twist. I'm going to rotate my shoulders and my hips. Rotating shoulders and hips, keeping this locked left quad. What I'm doing is I'm reaching past my foot, fighting for it. Reach, reach, reach. What I'm not doing is just grabbing my foot. I'm trying to reach underneath and past it. Trying to roll to the outside. Think IT band. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I'm going to return to neutral, keeping this back foot where it is. I'm going to kick the front hurdler leg back into my butterfly. Now I'm going to sweep my left leg behind, and we're going to get into a very familiar pigeon pose. In this pigeon pose, we want to focus on internally rotating the back long leg and a flat hip shelf throughout. We're also looking for a perpendicular front leg. So think heel in line with the shoulder and knee in line with the opposite shoulder. Once I'm set up in this good hip position, then and only then I'm going to walk my hands as far away from me as I can, exaggerating the stretch of my front pigeon leg, my right leg right now. I'm going to breathe. Your body's going to want to tense up, maybe lose that internal rotation, external rotating hip position, all that crazy stuff. We just need you to stay calm, relax, and find your breath. 30, 45 seconds in this position. From there, you're gradually under control. We're going to walk up, keeping your pigeon hip position, guys. We're going to add some stretch. This now is for a back hip flexor, or so as really elongating that line as possible. So we need to go into our streamlined position. Breathing here, and just holding. We want to ease out and finish up, keeping the right leg where it is. Rolling back to your butt, and that's warm-up routine number 2. We're going to walk through it one more time, give you an opportunity to see it on that opposite side. All right, so we started by sweeping to the left. We're going to go right now, so straighten out that leg, keep this in position. Go into plantar flexion, so I'm resting on my shoelaces, taking this left foot, planting it hard into my right quad, right thumb down by internally rotating. I'm going to reach through my back pocket, grab the front of that right shin, keeping these two connected. Then I'm going to start to stack my hips, tight right butt cheek, walking on my left hand as far as I can get towards the left. Once I reach the end of my twist, my catch, I'm going to control myself down to that left elbow and fighting to stack these hips as this stress increases. Again, take my left ear, reaching towards my left shoulder. As a coach, I'm looking for a pain face. I'm looking for shrugging shoulders. I'm looking for bad posture. You're going to see a lot of internal rotation here, guys. Keep that death grip. If they lose their posture, just keep them up high on their hand. All right, easing out. From here, we're going to go into a hurdle stretch. So that butterfly foot, I'm now going to extend it. Kicking that quad, and I need a straight knee here, guys. Most people are just going to feel the stretch. We need to be in the proper position so we can get the prudency of this stretch, not just feel it, actually accomplish something here. So flexing that left quad as hard as I can, dorsiflexing by lifting the top of my foot towards my knee. I'm now going to try to stack my hips once again, rolling them on top of each other. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to reach it past my left foot. Breathing into this twist, trying to stack those hips and rotate to the outside of my left foot. Breathing. So again here, guys, don't worry about grabbing that foot. That's going to limit the potential of your flexibility. We want to keep going, going, going. All right, easing out of this position. I'm going to turn my left foot in. I'm going to sweep that right leg into my pigeon pose. Again, we're focused on an internal rotation of that back hip. Flat hip shelf as possible. Once I'm going to do a hip position. Then I'm just going to walk my hands out as far as I can. Breathing, relaxing into this position. Trying to fight as much stress as possible. This is our opportunity to not only cool down our body to prepare for sleep and training the next day. It's also getting a jump start on our central nervous system. Recover. From here, I'm going to walk into maintaining flat hip shelf, internal rotation on the back leg. My up pigeon position, exaggerating the stretch on that back hip. So if you're dealing with some badasses here, we can add some sports-related stress. We can separate our shoulders from our hips, really exaggerating that long back line so as something that could potentially hinder their speed. This position. You can also laterally flex and extend if you want to have some fun with those athletes. All right, then you're going to ease out, return to your butterfly position, and then start the other recovery process and go grab some food. All right, thank you.